Hello, I'm Deb Kais. Welcome to Stampin' on the Hill. I wanted to just quick let you know that this is the last week for celebration. It ends on Friday. So if you're thinking about the Fabulous Join special, we've gone over that a couple of times, but there's a couple different options if you choose to join Stampin' Up. And really, there are no strings attached. And when I say that, I mean really there aren't. I've had several of my customers join, and then when their 3 months was up, you can either choose to meet your minimum quarterly, or you can just drop, and it's okay. You can be a hobby demonstrator, and you can choose to join and drop whenever you want. Um, so if you've been eyeing that or eyeing some of the fabulous freebies as well, make sure now's the time to get those because it ends on Friday. I have the February Fun Fold is the double easel card. And I think you probably saw it. I'm going to show you the one that I made for my grandson for his birthday. But let me show you this one a minute. This was kind of fun. And I had cased this from, oh shoot, I wrote her name down and I can't, hold on, let me find it. All right. Esther at Stamp and Star Creations. That's who I cased this particular design from, with the Rubik's cube, and I thought it was very cool. So this is like the front view, and this is from the top down, so it stands up. And a lot of people like those cards that can stand up on their own like this. So anyway, I thought I would share that. I'm going to drop down to my hands and just get straight into this now. We are using this Granny Apple Green fruit salad DSP, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. And then we're also going to use a couple of the dies from Stylish Shapes. But let's move this to the side a minute. And we're going to be using something fancy as our stamp set as well. This is the fruit salad paper, and I just wanted to give you a quick go through. I don't think I gave you a preview of this yet, so I'm just gonna flip through. You know, there are like 3 or 4. I didn't count them. 2, 3, 4. I think there's 4 of each sheet. And of course, I've used some, so I don't have 4 of each sheet anymore, but these are fun. Pomegranate. There you go. Anyhow, these are fun. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to score this is a 6x6 piece of cardstock, and we're going to score it at 3. Then we're going to turn it a quarter of a turn, and we're going to cut at 3 inches all the way down to the score line. Can you see this okay? Let me move it back a little bit because I'm having a hard time seeing it with the camera in the way. Let's see. All right, 3 inches. Need to put my glasses on. Down to there. Did you know, here's a tip in case you didn't know, that there is a little line. I'm going to move this out of the way a bit. But there is a line on the blade right here so that you can determine at what point to stop cutting. So I wanted to stop at 3 inches, and there was my 3 inches. Anyway, I didn't know if you knew that or not. I'm going to fold this way. And then I need to do a score line from the outside edges of each of these corners down to the front or to the center. So I'm going to fold one back so that I can see the gutter here. I'm going to line up the edge here with the gutter there, and then I'm going to line up the top edge with the gutter. And might take you a couple times to get this right. And then I'm going to score that. Why does this thing give me fits every time I'm... All right, and then this one's going to go this way from the outside top corner to the inside. That's what we're looking for here. All right. So now we've got, let's move this out of the way. Bring in the bone folder because we're going to give this a crease, and then we're going to fold these in, and we want them to be even. So we're going to give those a crease this way, that one, and then this one's going to fold outward. Same thing. All right. So this is kind of how our card's going to sit. All right. But for now, let's set this part aside, and we're going to bring the cutter back in. I tried to make this really super simple for today, just to give you an idea of what the fun fold actually is. You can take this and do whatever you want to with it. But so I'm going to cut my DSP at 3. So I turned it this way. So I'm going to have this part be on here, and then the two tops are going to be here and here. So you'll see how that works out. But I'm going to cut it this way. I'm sorry, turn it this way to cut it at 3 inches. And then, so this is my top, this is my bottom. And then I'm going to cut this one at 3 inches this way. And again, like I said, this is super simple. You can make this as fancy as you want it to be. For whatever purpose you want to make this card, you can make it fancier later, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of the fold itself. All right, so I'm going to have my greetings on here. I'm going to pull in early espresso because I'm picking up the brown and the apple stems there. And let's see. Let's do thank you on this side. And may the good you do come back to you on this side. Then we're going to line these up. Close up my ink pad. Give a little zhuzh. Then we're going to line these up in the circles. Bring in the cut and emboss machine. So I've got the platform number 1 and the cutting plate, and I've got the shim for the thin die adapter. And then I've got the thank you and this one. That looks about centered, don't you think? I'm going to put my other clear cutting plate on top and run these right through. I always get it started and then I end up having to use my right hand because I'm right-handed. So, all right. So here are these. I think this one was a little bit too close together. So I could run this through again, but I think what I'm going to do is just give it a little snip. There we go. All right, we're done with those. And then, so what I'm going to do is we're ready to glue here. I'm going to glue my apples down to the bottom. Oh dear, my glue looks like it exploded in there. And then make sure they're going the right way here. You can cut this down too, so it's not exactly 3 by 6. I mean, it fits exactly, but if you want a little bit of border, you can cut, it down by 1/4 of an inch if that's typically the size of a border. So then this is this way. And then we're just going to, now here's a little bit of a tricky part. So here's what I had to do with these. So I want them to go this way because this is how my apples ended up. And I want them to be this way on here. Okay, so if you have them folded down the right way, you're going to glue the triangle. And then you're going to add your piece so that it's face up And then I flip it over a little bit and make sure that the lines aren't overlapping, especially in the center, because then it'll get, they'll catch on one another that way. So now this one's gonna go this way. And again, make sure that my edges are lined up. Now see, this one's off a little bit, so we're gonna slide that. That's why the green glue is good for this, because you don't want it to be sliding around. It'll catch on the other one otherwise. So now what we have is a card that's gonna sit like this, right? And I'm just gonna put my thank you. Again, we're doing real simple here. I'm gonna put my thank you on one side. And then we need dimensionals to pop up the other circle or whatever you're thinking. You have need one down here to hold these flaps up. So I'm going to use 4 this time because I want it to hold. I usually use only 3 on circles, but I'm going to use 4 because I really need it to hold up. And then we're going to put this right in the middle. And then let's give this one more, fold it over this way and give it one more crease. So then our apples, here we go. So what do you think of that? It's kind of cute. You can't see it that way. This way. So that'll sit nicely on your mantle or a coffee table or whatever you wish. I have another one. Let me just show you this one too that I did this morning. So it says nothing fancy, just love on the one side. And then it pops up and it says, here's to beautiful beginnings and happily ever afters. I was thinking this could probably be like a wedding card of some sort. But so those are the 2 that I did. Let's see. Hopefully you enjoyed that. It, like I said, really easy. I tried to make them so simple so that you could just get the idea like as a sketch, if you will, and then follow along and make your own. I'd love to see if you're making some though, so please share. All right, so in closing, let's see. Did you know that I do give away 4 project sheets each month to my newsletter subscribers? So if you want to make the things that we've done in class, you can get free project sheets with all the instructions and the cutting and the stamp sets that I use. Not that you have to use the same ones or the same colors, but all the cutting instructions and everything are there, which is a bonus. I know you don't get that too much when I'm doing a video, but they're there. All you have to do is subscribe to my newsletter. I will drop a link in the description so you can click on that to sign up for the newsletter. And next week, I'm going to work on some watercolors. So that'll be fun techniques. And until next time, thanks for watching.